Chosen one. What I'm about to share with you is not just powerful, but also a profound truth that will deeply resonate with your spirit. If you are watching this video right now, it is no accident. God has brought you here because something significant is unfolding in your life. You may feel as though the things you desire or need are just beyond your grasp, but I'm here to remind you, trust in God. His plans for you are grander than you can even imagine, and even when things seem impossible, His timing and His will are always working behind the scenes. You are on the brink of a miraculous breakthrough, and although it might not make sense right now, everything is aligning in your favor. This is not just a message of hope. It is a divine reminder that you are never walking this path alone. Before we explore this life-changing revelation, take a moment to pause the video and do 3 things. Hit that like button, subscribe to help us reach 1,000 subscribers, and leave a comment with the number 99. This will send a powerful signal to the universe, amplifying the energy of this message. And remember, if you are truly a chosen one, you will watch this video until the end, because deep down, your spirit already knows that this message is for you. If you're not ready to accept this truth, you might not make it to the end. But for those who do, your life will never be the same. Let's dive in. Chosen one, you may not fully comprehend yet, but trust God. You are not here by mere chance. You are a chosen vessel, selected for a purpose that is far grander than your current circumstances might suggest. In His infinite wisdom, God has handpicked you to follow a path that will challenge, uplift, and transform both you and the world around you. The purpose He has planted deep within your soul is immense, and though you may not fully see its scope yet, know this: it is greater than anything you can fathom. The life you are living right now is not the final chapter. Every day is a stepping stone, guiding you closer to the incredible purpose you were designed to fulfill. Consider the greatest visionaries in history, those who were misunderstood, challenged, or even rejected, yet their purpose surpassed their understanding of it, and they changed the course of history. You too have a purpose that can impact lives, elevate others, and make a profound difference. Doubt may creep in, and you may question your worthiness, but rest assured, your divine calling is deeply embedded within you, and nothing can take it away. You may not always see the larger picture, but trust that God has placed you on this earth for something extraordinary, something that only you can fulfill. In a world where immediate answers are demanded, we are often conditioned to believe that we must understand everything. We seek clarity, certainty, and control. Yet God's wisdom is not something we can always comprehend with our limited minds. His understanding of the universe, of our lives, and of the intricate details shaping our journey surpasses anything we could ever grasp. But it is precisely this divine wisdom that will guide you through every storm and stillness in your life. Just as a child might not understand why their parent makes certain decisions, we too may not always comprehend the reasons behind our trials and triumphs. But we must learn to trust that His wisdom is flawless. Even when life seems unpredictable and the path ahead unclear, know that His plan is unfolding with love and precision. Everything you're experiencing is part of a bigger picture that only God can fully see. There are countless stories of individuals who trusted God's wisdom, even when their circumstances made no sense. Consider Joseph, sold into slavery by his brothers, who later became a leader in Egypt and saved nations from famine. His journey was filled with pain and confusion, but it was God's wisdom shaping him into the person he needed to become. The same applies to you. God's wisdom is at work, even when you cannot yet see it. Faith is the steadfast belief in what is unseen and what is yet to come. It is a choice to step forward, even when the ground beneath you feels uncertain. The essence of faith lies in trusting that God is holding you, even when life feels like a storm. You are asked not to believe in the clarity of the path ahead, but in the certainty of the one who walks beside you. Faith doesn't demand that everything makes sense right now. In fact, it is often in moments of great uncertainty that our faith is tested the most. But what if, instead of fearing the unknown, you embraced it? What if you trusted that God's timing, though mysterious, is perfect? What if the uncertainty you're facing is part of the divine process shaping you into the person you're meant to be? Reflect on the moments when you felt most lost or uncertain. Looking back, didn't you find that those were the times of greatest growth? It was in the unknown that you discovered strength, resilience, and the power of trusting in God's plan. Faith isn't about having all the answers. It's about trusting that God will reveal them when the time is right. As a chosen one, your journey won't always be easy. There will be detours, obstacles, and even moments of deep despair. But through it all, one thing remains constant: God's plan. Your journey is divinely orchestrated, and each step brings you closer to your purpose. You are being guided with love, even in the darkest of times. The journey you are on is one of transformation. God's plan is not only about where you'll end up, but about who you become along the way. It's about growing in faith, resilience, and trust. It's about facing adversity and emerging stronger, more compassionate, and more aligned with your true purpose. Every challenge is an opportunity to deepen your connection with the divine, to lean on Him more fully, and to trust that His plan for you is far greater than any temporary struggle. Remember, the road less traveled often leads to the greatest rewards. Your unique journey, though it may seem unconventional, is exactly the one you need to walk. Trust in God's plan, even when it doesn't make sense, and know that every step you take is bringing you closer to the destiny He has prepared for you. Patience is a difficult virtue to master, especially when it comes to trusting God's timing. We live in a world that thrives on instant gratification, where we are conditioned to expect quick results and immediate answers. But God's timing operates on a different plane, one that is perfect, precise, and full of purpose. There may be times when you feel as though you've been waiting forever, when your prayers seem unanswered, and your dreams feel just out of reach. But take heart. God's timing is always perfect. He sees what you cannot see. He knows what you need, even before you ask for it. And in His perfect timing, everything will fall into place. Think of the natural cycles around you. The seeds that are sown in the earth don't bear fruit instantly. They undergo a process of growth, nourishment, and waiting. Similarly, your purpose is unfolding in its perfect season. Trust that God is preparing you for something magnificent, and His timing will bring it to fruition when you are truly ready. Doubt and fear are part of the human experience, but they do not have to define your journey. As you walk by faith, there will be moments where fear tries to creep in. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. However, these fears are only distractions meant to keep you from stepping fully into the magnificent purpose God has for you. Faith, on the other hand, has the power to cast out fear. When you trust in God's plan, fear loses its grip. It becomes nothing more than a shadow in the light of His love. Every time fear arises, replace it with a declaration of faith. Recall the promises God has made, the unwavering love He has for you, and the strength He has placed within you. You are not walking this journey alone. Look at the great leaders of history. Many of them faced tremendous fears and doubts, yet they chose to act in faith. Nelson Mandela, for example, endured years of imprisonment, but he never gave up on his vision for a free South Africa. He overcame fear with an unwavering belief in his purpose. Similarly, you have the ability to conquer your fears and move boldly into the life God has set before you. There will be times when challenges seem insurmountable and the weight of your trials feels unbearable. In those moments, remember that God is with you. He doesn't promise a life free from difficulty, but He promises to be your strength through it all. In the face of the impossible, trust that God is working behind the scenes, turning your struggles into opportunities for growth. What may appear to be a mountain is actually a stepping stone on your path to greatness. Every obstacle is refining you, preparing you for the purpose you are destined to fulfill. Think of the story of David and Goliath. David, a young shepherd, faced an enormous giant who seemed unconquerable. But with faith in God, he overcame the impossible. If God empowered David to defeat a giant, just imagine what He can do through you. Trust that, in the face of your challenges, your victory has already been written in God's divine plan. One of the greatest struggles we face is the need to control every aspect of our lives. We plan, strategize, and strive to ensure everything aligns with our expectations. Yet, true peace and fulfillment come when we surrender the illusion of control and place our trust fully in God's hands. Surrendering to God is recognizing that His plan is far greater than any plan we could have crafted. When we try to hold on too tightly to control, we often find ourselves frustrated, anxious, and overwhelmed. But when we let go, we open ourselves to the possibility of miracles. God's plan unfolds effortlessly when we stop trying to force it. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means trusting that God knows what's best for us, even when we can't see the outcome. Picture a sailboat on the water. The boat moves with the wind, not against it. Similarly, when we surrender to God's timing and direction, we glide through life with ease, even when the seas are rough. This doesn't mean there won't be storms, but trusting that God will guide us through them makes the journey less intimidating. Surrendering is an act of faith that allows God's grace to work wonders in our lives. Obedience is often misunderstood as something restrictive or burdensome, but in God's will, there is ultimate freedom. When you align yourself with His direction, you are walking the path that is designed for your highest good. Obeying God may not always make sense in the moment, but it always leads you to a place of peace, fulfillment, and joy. True strength is not found in resisting God's plans, but in yielding to His guidance, trusting that His way is the best way, even when it doesn't seem clear to you. Think of the strength of those who followed their calling despite facing opposition or hardship. Their obedience wasn't a sign of weakness, but a reflection of their deep trust in God. Take the example of Abraham, who was called to leave everything familiar behind and journey to an unknown land. His obedience wasn't just an act of faith, it was also an act of strength. Abraham's willingness to trust God laid the foundation for a legacy of blessing. In the same way, your obedience to God's will, even during the most challenging times, will lead you to blessings beyond measure. In a world filled with uncertainty and constant change, God's love remains a constant, unshakable source of hope. His love is unchanging, never fading, and never failing. Even when you feel unworthy, His love remains unconditional, calling you to rise above your circumstances and trust that you are enough, just as you are. When everything else is uncertain, God's love is the one thing you can always rely on. His love is not based on your actions or achievements. It's freely given. A love that sees beyond your imperfections and calls you to embrace your true divine purpose. It is through this love that you find the courage to trust God, to step into your calling, and to persevere when things seem impossible. Think of the parent-child relationship. No matter what a child does, a parent's love remains unwavering. In the same way, God's love for you is constant, regardless of your past mistakes or present struggles. It's His love that empowers you to trust His plan, to keep moving forward, and to find peace in knowing you are never alone. We often become focused on the small details of life, preoccupied with what we can see and understand in the present. But God's plan for you stretches far beyond what you can imagine. It's not confined to the present moment. It reaches across eternity, weaving your story together with countless others. What may seem like a setback today could be a pivotal part of a larger purpose that you will only fully comprehend later. The challenges you face are not random. They are divinely designed to shape and position you for what lies ahead. Every triumph, every trial is a part of a much greater story. As you look back on your life, you'll see how God's hand has been guiding you all along, even when you didn't realize it. Every decision, every moment of struggle, every step you've taken is leading you to where you will fulfill your ultimate purpose. Picture an artist working on a masterpiece. Up close, it may look like a collection of random strokes, but from a distance, the beauty of the entire painting becomes clear. Your life is much the same. Trust that God's plan is unfolding beautifully, even when you can't yet see the full picture. When you place your trust in God's plan, you gain a new sense of confidence. This confidence doesn't stem from your own abilities, but from the certainty that the Creator of the universe is guiding your every step. It's a confidence that is humble and secure, not boastful or arrogant. It's the confidence of knowing you are aligned with your divine purpose, and that God is directing your path with love and wisdom. Living with confidence in God's guidance means walking forward with faith, even in the absence of clarity. It's about stepping into opportunities knowing that God has equipped you for everything that lies ahead. It's the firm belief that when you lean into God, you will never fall short. Every challenge you encounter is an opportunity to demonstrate the power of trusting in His guidance. Think about the courage it took for people like Esther to step into uncertain circumstances with confidence. She trusted in God's direction to speak out for her people, and her courage changed the course of history. You too can live with confidence, knowing that God is beside you, empowering you to make the decisions that will lead to fulfilling your divine purpose. There is a reward that comes from obediently following God's will. It may not always be immediate, and it may not always appear the way we expect, but God promises blessings for those who trust Him and obey His commands. These blessings are not limited to material gains. They extend to spiritual, emotional, and eternal rewards. The peace that comes from knowing you are walking in alignment with God's plan is, in itself, a profound reward. When you follow God's will, you're not only fulfilling your purpose but also setting the stage for blessings that overflow into the lives of others. Your obedience serves as a testimony to those around you, showing them God's faithfulness and goodness. In turn, you inspire them to trust God as well. Think of the story of Ruth. Her loyalty and obedience to her mother-in-law, Naomi, even in the face of deep personal loss, led her to a future beyond her wildest dreams. She became the great-grandmother of King David and ultimately part of the lineage of Jesus Christ. Similarly, your faithful obedience can lead you to rewards that surpass your expectations. The journey of life is not always smooth. It is filled with highs and lows, challenges and victories, moments of joy and times of difficulty. But through it all, you are not alone. Trust that God is with you, guiding and strengthening you every step of the way. Embrace the journey not as a destination to reach, but as a process of becoming the person God created you to be. As you move forward, remember that every moment, whether good or challenging, is part of your divine path. Your purpose is unfolding, and every experience is shaping you into the person who will fulfill that purpose. Do not rush the process or try to skip ahead. Trust that each season of your life is vital for your growth and for fulfilling your destiny. Just like a sculptor chips away at stone to reveal a masterpiece, God is shaping and refining you to become the person you were always meant to be. Trust His process, trust His love, and above all, trust that you are exactly where you need to be. walking the divine path He has prepared for you. Life's storms come in various forms: struggles in relationships, setbacks in careers, health challenges, and moments of doubt. During such turbulent times, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, as if everything is spinning out of control. However, the strength to endure these storms comes from an unshakable faith in God. Trusting in His plan doesn't require you to have all the answers, but it's about knowing He is in control, even when we can't see the way forward. Faith in God during adversity allows you to stand firm when the winds of life blow hardest. It means choosing to believe that His promises are true, even when everything around you suggests otherwise. Consider the passage in Isaiah, where we are reminded that God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in times of trouble. This is the foundation of our faith, the belief that God will never abandon us. Think about Job, who faced unimaginable suffering yet remained faithful. His faith was tested, but through that trial, his trust in God grew stronger. When we hold on to our faith during life's struggles, it is refined, just as gold is purified in fire. We may not always understand the why behind our struggles, but we can trust that God is using each trial to prepare us for something greater. So as you face your own storms, know that your faith is not a sign of weakness or ignorance, but of unwavering trust in the one who holds the universe in His hands. Trust in Him fully, and you will find peace amid the chaos. In a world that moves rapidly, waiting can feel difficult, especially when God seems silent or distant. We live in an age where instant gratification is the norm, and answers are just a click away. However, God's timing operates in a completely different realm, one that is perfect, precise, and full of purpose. There may be times when it feels like you've been waiting forever, when your prayers seem unanswered, and your dreams feel unattainable. But take comfort in knowing that God's timing is always perfect. He sees what you cannot, and He knows what you need even before you ask. In His perfect timing, everything will align as it should. One powerful example of waiting is the story of Abraham and Sarah. They were promised a child, but for years they waited, and the promise seemed impossible. Yet, in God's perfect timing, Isaac was born. The waiting was not in vain. It was part of God's master plan, designed to strengthen their faith and bring about a miracle. When God's timing is involved, we can trust that the outcome will exceed our expectations. So, when you feel frustrated with the waiting, remember that God is preparing you for something far greater, and in His time, everything will come to fruition. Prayer is one of the most powerful tools in our spiritual lives, yet it is often overlooked in its transformative power. Prayer is not just a way to ask for things. It is an opportunity to develop a deep, intimate relationship with God. Through prayer, we express gratitude, confess our sins, seek guidance, and enjoy God's presence in every season of life. Prayer is essential not only when things are going well, but also when we are struggling. It becomes our refuge, a place to pour out our hearts, express our fears, and receive comfort. It is through prayer that we align our hearts with God's will, allowing us to hear His voice more clearly. Consider Jesus' prayer life. He often withdrew to pray alone, even in times of great activity and need. He understood that spending time with His Father was essential to staying aligned with His purpose. Just as Jesus made prayer a priority, we too must make it a regular part of our lives. Through prayer, we gain access to God's wisdom, peace, and strength for whatever lies ahead. Prayer isn't just about asking for help. It's also about listening to God. It's in the quiet moments of prayer that He speaks to us, guiding us through life's challenges. Make prayer a constant habit, and you'll witness its transformative power in your life. Stepping into the unknown is one of the most challenging experiences we can face. Whether it's starting a new job, moving to an unfamiliar city, or entering a new stage of life, The fear of the unknown can be overwhelming. However, true courage doesn't stem from having every detail of the future laid out. Genuine courage arises from trusting that God has already gone ahead of you, preparing the path. When God calls us to venture into new and unfamiliar territory, He doesn't leave us to navigate it alone. Consider the moment the Israelites stood before the Red Sea, unsure of how to move forward. They couldn't see a way, but they followed God's command to keep moving, and He parted the sea for them. Courageous faith involves obeying God's call, even when the direction is unclear, trusting that He will make a way even when there seems to be none. We all face moments in life that require us to step out of our comfort zones. The key isn't relying on our own strength or understanding, but on God's promise that He will never leave or forsake us. When we trust Him enough to take that first step into the unknown, we find that He meets us with provision, guidance, and peace. So when faced with an uncertain future, remember that God is already there waiting for you. Your courageous faith is the key that opens doors to new opportunities, growth, and blessings. One of the most common fears we face is the fear of not having enough, whether it's enough money, enough time, or enough resources. But the Bible reassures us that God is our provider. He knows what we need even before we ask, and is always faithful to meet our needs in His perfect timing. God's provision is not limited to just material things. While He certainly provides for our physical needs, He also supplies our emotional, spiritual, and relational needs. He fills the empty spaces in our hearts with His love, peace, and guidance. Remember how God provided manna for the Israelites during their time in the wilderness? He met their needs in ways they never expected. We may not always understand how God provides, but we can trust that He always does. Sometimes His provision may come in unexpected forms, through the kindness of a friend, an unexpected opportunity, or a supernatural peace in the midst of a storm. No matter the method, God's provision is always a testimony of His faithfulness and love. When you face a lack in any area of your life, trust that God sees your need and is already at work on your behalf. His provision is always timely, always sufficient, and always better than anything we could have planned ourselves. When we take the time to observe the world around us, we can see God's fingerprints everywhere. From the vast oceans to the intricate details of a single flower, every part of creation speaks to God's majesty, wisdom, and creativity. Nature not only reflects beauty, but it also serves as a reminder of God's constant presence and His attention to every detail. When we pause and truly notice, we realize that God is present in every moment: the changing seasons, the blooming flowers, the laughter of children. All these moments reveal God's character. He is a God who delights in beauty and in the intricate details of His creation. Think about the delicate design of a bird's nest or the intricate patterns on a butterfly's wings. These small, beautiful details are a testament to God's craftsmanship. Just as He cared about the details of creation, He also cares deeply about the details of your life. Every aspect of your journey matters to Him. Take some time to step outside and breathe in the wonder of God's creation. Let it remind you of His greatness and His love for you. Nature is not just a place of escape. It is a place to encounter God in all His glory. Life's greatest challenges often arise when we least expect them, and they can seem overwhelming. Whether it's the loss of a loved one, a sudden illness, or the collapse of a dream, these trials can shake us to our core. However, it is in these very challenges that our faith is tested and refined. Faith is not simply passive belief. It is an active trust in God, especially when everything around us seems to suggest otherwise. Consider the story of David and Goliath. David, a young shepherd, had faith that God would help him defeat the giant. His faith wasn't in his own strength, but in God's ability to deliver him. This same kind of faith is available to you in every circumstance. When you face difficulties in life, remember that your faith is the key to overcoming them. It's not about having all the answers or predicting the future. It's about trusting God through the uncertainty. He is faithful, and He will never let you face a trial alone. As you walk through trials, keep your faith grounded in the knowledge that God's strength is perfected in your weakness. When you trust Him, you will see how He works everything together for your good. Every person has a unique purpose in life, a calling that was planted in their hearts long before they were born. It can be easy to feel lost or uncertain about your purpose, but the truth is that God has a specific plan for your life. The journey to discovering that purpose often requires patience, reflection, and a willingness to follow where God leads. God's purpose for you might not always seem grand or visible to the world, but it is always significant in His eyes. Whether you are called to serve your community, raise a family, or impact the world in a broader way, your purpose matters. Aligning your life with God's will brings true fulfillment and peace. Take Moses as an example. He spent years in the wilderness before fully understanding his calling. His journey wasn't easy, and it wasn't always clear, but when Moses embraced his purpose, he changed the course of history. Your purpose, too, may unfold slowly, but trust that each step is part of the grand plan God has for you. Seek God daily, listen to His voice, and trust that He is guiding you to a life of purpose. When you walk in alignment with His plan, your life will have a deeper meaning and impact than you could ever imagine. The grace of God is one of the most beautiful aspects of His character. It's through God's grace that we receive forgiveness, healing, and freedom. Grace is not something we earn or deserve, but it is freely given to all who ask. When we truly embrace God's grace, it transforms us from the inside out. Forgiveness, both of others and ourselves, is at the heart of experiencing God's grace. We often carry guilt, shame, and resentment, believing that we are unworthy of God's love. But His grace is greater than any mistake, sin, or failure. It's a love that covers all, calling us to move forward in freedom. The story of the prodigal son illustrates this perfectly. Despite the son's mistakes, he was welcomed back with open arms by his father. This story shows the boundless grace of God, a grace that offers second chances and new beginnings. No matter where you've been or what you've done, God's grace is always available. When we embrace God's grace, we no longer live under guilt or condemnation. We walk in the freedom of knowing that our sins are forgiven and we are made new in Christ. Allow His grace to set you free today. As Christians, we are called to live in a way that reflects the love and teachings of Jesus. This means stepping beyond our own needs to serve others, just as Christ served us. When we live with the intention of impacting those around us, we fulfill God's purpose for our lives. Living with impact requires intentionality. It's not enough to be kind when it's easy or offer help when it's convenient. Chosen ones, what I'm about to share may astonish you, even leave you speechless. If you're watching this right now, know that it's no accident. God has led you here because something monumental is taking place in your life. Your descendants carry a unique legacy, one destined to influence the world in ways you may not yet fully grasp. The inheritance you are passing down is more than a family tradition. It is a divine legacy, one that is bound to break down barriers and bring about profound change. This moment is more than just a fleeting instance. It's a spiritual and energetic awakening unfolding before your very eyes. As a chosen one, you aren't just part of this legacy. You are the one who will witness its rise. But to fully comprehend this truth, you must understand the magnitude of what is unfolding. Before we delve into this life-altering message, take a moment to pause the video and do 3 things. Click that like button, subscribe to help us reach 1,000 subscribers, and comment with the number 99. This number will send a powerful signal to the universe, amplifying the energy of this message. And remember, if you are truly a chosen one, you'll stay with me until the end. Deep down, your spirit knows this message is for you. If you're ready to receive this truth, your life and your legacy will be transformed. Now let's dive deeper. There is something incredibly powerful and transcendent about bloodlines. Think of the great families throughout history, the ones whose names were etched into time, whose blood carried greatness. What sets them apart is the legacy passed down to future generations, a force that grows stronger with each birth. Your bloodline holds the same power. It carries a destiny so profound, so far-reaching, that even you can't fully comprehend its magnitude. Your descendants will be more than just your children. They will be the continuation of this incredible legacy. They will be born into a world where their potential is already unlocked, waiting for them to step into their power. Just as you are part of this divine lineage, your children will be the next chapter, the next piece of the puzzle that will change everything. The strength within you isn't just for today. It will live on in them, guiding them, shaping them into something even greater. Picture the future. Your child, with your legacy coursing through their veins, standing firm, unwavering, knowing their purpose from birth. This isn't just a dream. It is a certainty. The power of your lineage is undeniable, and it will continue shaping the world in ways you can only begin to understand. The future of your family isn't just bright, it's revolutionary. Your lineage is unlike any other. It wasn't shaped by chance or coincidence, but by something far grander, something divine. From the very start, there has been a plan, a purpose meticulously designed. Every ancestor, every life that preceded you, laid the foundation for the strength you now hold. This strength isn't just physical or intellectual. It is spiritual, emotional, and unbreakable. It's the strength to endure, to rise above, and to overcome any obstacle in your way. What makes your bloodline unique is the unrelenting power within it. It's the ability to see beyond the limitations that bind others, to shatter barriers that seem impossible, and to inspire those around you to do the same. This strength has been passed down like a flame, always burning brighter, always guiding each generation to rise higher. And with every new generation, the flame only intensifies. The power within your lineage isn't just for survival, it's for greatness. It's a gift, and like any powerful gift, it comes with a responsibility to lead, to uplift, and to create a ripple effect that will resonate through time. Your bloodline will stand as a testament to what happens when destiny is embraced and when true power is allowed to rise and change the world. You may not fully see it now, but the potential within you is unlike anything the world has ever witnessed. It's not just about who you are today, it's about who you were always meant to become. The seeds of greatness were planted long before you realized. Your bloodline carries a vast reservoir of potential, one that has been silently building strength, waiting for the right moment to blossom. There are moments in history when a single individual's potential shifts the entire course of the world. That individual is often part of a greater lineage, one that has been preparing them for this purpose. Your potential is not just about you. It's about what will unfold when your children step into their power. They will inherit this hidden potential, and within them, it will reach its fullest expression. Together, your bloodline will move mountains, breaking through barriers that once confined the world to mediocrity. For now, this potential lies dormant, like an untapped well of power. As the chosen one, your role is not to force this potential into action prematurely, but to prepare for when the moment is right. This quiet period of waiting is not a sign of stagnation, but of immense growth occurring beneath the surface. Your family holds a secret, a legacy passed down through the ages. It's a secret that isn't meant for everyone to know, but one that will reveal itself when the time is right. This legacy isn't about wealth or fame, it's something far greater. It's the kind of power that can alter the course of history, the kind of potential that lies dormant until the world needs it most. While many may not know what flows through your bloodline, those who do understand its immense power. They know that your family has been touched by something divine, something beyond human comprehension. And they know that someday, your descendants will rise to fulfill the destiny prepared for them. But this secret is not meant to be unveiled all at once. It's a gradual process, a quiet unfolding of power and purpose. When your descendants are ready to carry this legacy forward, they will do so with a strength and grace that only your bloodline can provide. This legacy isn't just about you. It's about your family, your future, and the world that awaits their rise. Power doesn't diminish over time. It only grows. The legacy you carry has been passed down from one generation to the next, a torch that never burns out. From one ancestor to another, the power has traveled, growing stronger with each passing year. And now, that power rests in your hands, awaiting its transfer to those who will follow in your footsteps. This isn't just about inheritance. It's about evolution. Each generation adds something new to the legacy, building on the foundation laid by those who came before. And as your descendants grow into their own, they will inherit not only what you have, but also what your ancestors possessed, creating a force greater than anything the world has ever seen. Your family's legacy is not a burden, but a gift, one that has been carefully nurtured and refined. And as it passes to the next generation, it will transform the world in ways that can't yet be fully understood. The world may not be prepared for it now, but when the time comes, this legacy will be impossible to ignore. You have faced challenges that have tested every fiber of your being. These trials have not been in vain. They were not merely random misfortunes or setbacks. They were the very things that shaped you into the person you are today. Every hardship, every moment of doubt, was part of a larger plan, preparing you and your descendants for something far more significant than the world could ever comprehend. What you've endured isn't just about surviving. It's about refining, much like steel being forged in fire. You have been tempered by every obstacle, every trial, and just as you were shaped through your struggles, so too will your children be shaped. They will inherit the lessons of your hardships, the strength of your perseverance, and the wisdom of your growth. These struggles are not just personal, they are part of a greater process. You stand as living proof that greatness is born from overcoming adversity. When your descendants rise, they will rise with the understanding that struggle is not a sign of weakness, but a precursor to incredible potential. The future is being shaped right now in ways that you cannot yet see. The world has not yet realized the power that runs through your bloodline. People are often blinded by what they can see on the surface, unaware of the true strength that lies deep within. But when your children come into their own, they will be a force no one can ignore. The world is unprepared at this moment, distracted by their own limitations, focused only on what is visible and tangible, unaware of the destiny within your lineage. Soon, the truth will be undeniable. When the time is right and your children step into their power, the world will be forced to take notice. They will be unable to look away. By that time, the strength of your bloodline will be impossible to deny. Your bloodline is more than a collection of names and dates on a family tree. It is a living, breathing testament to the power that has been passed down through countless generations. It is far beyond just physical traits or genetic inheritance. It is a legacy of purpose, strength, and destiny that courses through every generation. What runs through your veins is not just the echoes of your ancestors, but the quiet, mighty current of those who paved the way ahead of you. From the moment you were born, your bloodline began to shape your life in ways you couldn't have known. It's not simply about a connection to the past. It's about the future that you and your offspring will create. Your bloodline carries the weight of history, but it also holds the boundless potential to craft a future that transcends everything the world has known. The gifts you have inherited are not just for you to hold. They are yours to share with the world, to ignite the flame of potential in those who will follow after you. As you move forward, remember, your bloodline is more than ancestry. It's a bridge between what was and what is to come, a living legacy of strength, growth, and transformation. And when your descendants embrace this power, they will carve their own paths, leave their own marks on the world, and continue the legacy you began. In the quiet moments, when the world feels still, there is a building energy within you and your family, unseen, unnoticed by most. This quiet power isn't meant for the world to see just yet. It's a seed, quietly growing, gathering strength, preparing to burst forth when the time is right. It is the unspoken understanding that your family, your bloodline, is destined for something greater than anyone could predict. Your future is not determined by what you see around you today. The true power of your family is not tied to wealth, fame, or status. It's rooted in something far deeper, more enduring. It is the power of legacy, the unshakable belief that something far greater is waiting to emerge. And although it may seem quiet now, that silence is simply the calm before the coming storm of transformation. Your family's future is full of incredible power. The strength, wisdom, and purpose passed down through the generations will one day rise to the forefront. And when that happens, the world will realize that your bloodline was never just about surviving. It was about reshaping the fabric of reality itself. This quiet power will not remain hidden forever. It is destined to rise, and when it does, it will change everything. Your legacy isn't just about the power you hold today. It's about the profound impact it will have on the generations to come. The strength, wisdom, and purpose you possess will be passed down as a beacon, lighting the way for those who follow after you. While you may not see it clearly now, your influence will ripple through time, creating a chain reaction of change that will reshape the world in ways no one could ever have foreseen. The generations that follow you will stand on the foundation you've laid, but they will go beyond what you could have ever achieved alone. The power you pass down will only grow stronger, more refined, and more expansive with each new generation. They will be the ones who fully realize the potential within your bloodline, and in doing so, alter the course of history. This legacy of change will be felt in every aspect of life. It will transcend all boundaries, social, political, and personal, and create a new way of being. Your descendants will not just live in the world, they will transform it. And this ripple of change will continue to flow generation after generation, leaving an indelible mark on the very fabric of time. Your family is not just a collection of individuals, it is a collective of guardians of a destiny that has been carefully cultivated throughout the ages, set to emerge at the perfect moment. The weight of this destiny may feel overwhelming at times, but in truth, it is a privilege. You are not just the bearer of this legacy. You are its protector, the one who will ensure that it continues to unfold for the generations that follow. Each guardian in your family plays an essential role in preserving this legacy. You protect the flame, ensuring it is passed on to those who are prepared to carry it forward. This role is not just one of duty, it is one of empowerment. As a guardian, you are not simply waiting for the future to unfold. You are actively shaping it, preparing your descendants for the moment when they will rise and claim their place in the world. The legacy of the chosen one isn't something to be feared or hoarded. It's something to be shared, nurtured, and passed on. Your role as a guardian ensures that this unique destiny remains intact, always ready to rise when the time is right. The world today remains blind to what's coming. It is focused on its limited perspective, unable to see the vastness of what is about to unfold. Your legacy, your bloodline, is something the world is not prepared for. The potential within you and your descendants is so far beyond what anyone could imagine that it will likely be met with resistance, fear, and disbelief. But that resistance will not last. When the time comes, the world will have no choice but to reckon with the truth. The gifts you and your offspring carry will no longer be ignored. The world may not be ready, but it will have no choice but to accept the change that is coming. The impact of your bloodline will be undeniable. The world will be forced to wake up and recognize the magnitude of what is unfolding before their eyes. The world may not yet be prepared, but that does not change the fact that transformation is inevitable. Your legacy is already in motion, and once it fully expresses itself, there will be no turning back. For many years, your family has existed under the radar, with its true potential concealed in secrecy. However, that time of concealment is drawing to a close. The world is about to witness something extraordinary, something that will dramatically shift the very foundation of society. This hidden identity, this legacy that has quietly been carried through the generations, is soon to be revealed to the world. Your descendants will rise, and alongside them, a global awakening will unfold. What was once kept in shadows will now come to light, and the world will finally understand what has been unfolding all along. The power of your bloodline will no longer remain a secret. It will become a transformative force, altering everything it touches. This awakening will not be subtle. It will be a powerful catalyst for profound change. People will awaken to the truth of what your family stands for, and from that point forward, nothing will be the same. The era of secrecy is over. The world will soon understand what it has been waiting for. The time is now. The legacy you have carried for so long is prepared to be revealed to the world, no longer hidden, no longer dormant. This power is about to rise and revolutionize everything. The world will be forever changed, and a new era will emerge, one led by your bloodline and the extraordinary potential that has always existed within you. This moment is not merely the culmination of your journey, it is the beginning of something much greater. As the legacy is unveiled, a new path will be charted, one that will shape the future for generations to come. Your descendants will step into their destiny with strength, grace, and unshakable purpose. And the world, unprepared for what is about to unfold, will be forced to confront the impending change. A new era is upon us, and with it, the power of your bloodline will serve as the catalyst for a future the world has never experienced. The legacy of the chosen one will unfold, and history will be irrevocably altered. Now, here are 10 more compelling headings, each expanded into 4 substantial paragraphs to enhance the script. Forces at play in your life extend far beyond your understanding. While you may believe every choice and action originates from your own will, unseen energies are guiding you toward your ultimate destiny. These forces are no mere coincidences. They are part of a grand design, leading you toward fulfilling your destiny. Every twist, turn, and moment of hardship you endure is a carefully orchestrated step preparing you for the monumental future that lies ahead. These hidden forces are not external. They are embedded within your very being. They are the whispers of your ancestors, the echoes of your lineage, guiding you toward greatness, especially during times when you felt uncertain or lost. These forces have always been at work, ensuring you were never truly off course. They are the silent architects of your journey, providing the resilience and determination you need to embrace your full potential. It is essential to recognize that you are not merely a passive participant in your life. You are part of a much larger, grander design. a force spanning across generations, destined to leave a profound mark on the world. The forces shaping you are intricately tied to your family's legacy, and they will propel you toward fulfilling your unique purpose. As you grow and evolve, these unseen forces will become more apparent, and you will begin to see the synchronicities in your life, the connections between past struggles and future triumphs. While your bloodline holds immense potential, it is still your choices that define your legacy. You possess the power to carve your own path, to decide how you will use the remarkable gifts passed down to you. Each decision you make shapes the course of your destiny, determining whether you draw closer to fulfilling your family's legacy or distance yourself from it. This power of choice is a significant responsibility. Each action you take will not only impact your life, but will ripple across generations. Each decision you make plays a significant role in directing the path of your destiny. Every choice either draws you nearer to realizing your family's full potential or pushes you further away from it. Yet, this gift of choice is not without weight. It carries a profound responsibility. You must act with discernment, fully aware that every step you take will send ripples not only through your own life, but through the lives of future generations. The choices you commit to today serve as the very groundwork upon which your descendants will construct their future. Will you channel your gifts toward the advancement of humanity, or will you allow them to go unused? The future of your legacy lies within your grasp. What makes this power beautiful is not the pursuit of flawlessness, but the clarity of intention. Every move you make, every decision you embrace, contributes to the larger journey of fulfilling your destiny. It is about honoring your calling and aligning your life with the strengths embedded in your heritage. Even when the road ahead seems uncertain, you can trust that every deliberate choice will lead you closer to the greatness that was always meant for you. As you navigate the path ahead, always remember that you are not walking alone. You are carried by the strength of your lineage, guided by the wisdom of your ancestors, and uplifted by the potential of those who will come after you. You hold within you the ability to shape the future, and through that, the power to build a legacy that will echo through the ages. There is a remarkable power found in unity, and it flows steadily through the heart of your family's bloodline. This force is not simply about the individuals themselves, but about the amplified strength that arises when all stand together. The unifying power rooted in your lineage has the capacity to reshape the world in ways that no single person could achieve alone. Your family is not merely a collection of separate souls. It is a living, breathing force that becomes exponentially stronger when bonded together. Each member of your lineage holds a vital piece of the greater design, and together, you create a collective capable of immense transformation. This shared strength reaches beyond time and distance, overcoming personal trials and merging into one shared mission. Throughout history, it has always been the unity of families, communities, and tribes that catalyzed the greatest shifts. When individuals align with a shared vision, they unlock a momentum that cannot be stopped. Your bloodline is no exception. When the moment comes, your family will rise as one, prepared to create lasting change that will stretch far beyond a single generation. The unity within your bloodline is a fundamental cornerstone of the legacy you carry. It is this unbreakable togetherness that will propel your family forward, unlocking limitless possibilities for generations to come. It is the understanding that united, you can surpass what any one person could ever accomplish alone. And when the world bears witness to the force of your unity, it will be undeniable. The journey toward greatness is rarely an easy road, and the same truth applies to the path of your bloodline. Throughout the generations, adversity, hardship, and trials have never been strangers. Yet instead of weakening your lineage, these trials have served to forge it in strength. They have instilled resilience, cultivated perseverance, and ignited the courage that will carry your family toward its destined purpose. Every battle, Every challenge your ancestors have faced has played a role in sculpting your family's exceptional power. These difficulties were never punishments, but rather tests, opportunities to build strength, character, and endurance. With each hardship, your family emerged more prepared, more determined, and more grounded in its mission. The trials of the past were never meant to shatter your family's spirit. They were crafted to forge something that could not be broken. As you reflect on your own journey, you can see how adversity has shaped your resolve. The challenges you have faced were not setbacks, but stepping stones, refining your purpose and preparing you for a future filled with immense promise. These trials are the fire that purifies, the hammer that strengthens your will. The greatness of your bloodline is not defined by its victories alone, but by how it has weathered and overcome hardship. And when future generations step into their path, they will do so armed with this wisdom, understanding that adversity is not a defeat, but a signpost pointing toward a higher calling. The legacy of your bloodline is not one of noise or fanfare. It is a quiet revolution, steadily transforming the world from within. Unlike dramatic upheavals that seize attention in an instant, your family's influence will weave itself into the very structure of society with grace and subtlety. Make no mistake, this silent evolution will carry just as much, if not more, impact as any loud revolution. It will not shake the earth with noise, but it will shift the future from its foundation. True change does not always thunder forth with grand gestures. It often begins in silence, in stillness, with a family whose values ripple outward until they touch every corner of the world. Your legacy will unfold this way. It will begin with quiet acts, with members of your bloodline making a difference where they are planted. Over time, the effect of these small shifts will grow until their influence becomes undeniable. This silent revolution will not rise through dominance, but through example. The example of values upheld, of unwavering belief in possibility, of courage in everyday action. This is how your bloodline will change the world, not with force, but with enduring influence. This transformation will not be driven by loud declarations or dramatic battles. It will be led by those who remain firm in their purpose, those who understand that the most meaningful revolutions come from living the truth. And when the world finally begins to recognize what has been happening all along, it will already be too late to reverse it. The legacy you carry will be unstoppable, and the world will never return to what it once was. Though you may not always feel it, there is an immeasurable strength residing within you, waiting quietly for the moment when it will be called to rise. This strength does not boast or seek attention. It is calm, steady, and enduring. It is the force that has been passed down through countless generations of your family, the kind of strength that will awaken precisely when it is most needed. This silent strength is not limited to the physical. It is woven into your emotions, your thoughts, and your spirit. It is the quiet courage that enables you to face trials with dignity, the deep-rooted conviction that keeps you grounded when chaos surrounds you, and the steadfast patience that trusts in the timing of your destiny. Each moment of stillness, every season where you have felt isolated or overlooked, has been a time of building this inner power. This strength does not demand to be seen or heard. It simply exists, unwavering and ready. Your family's true might is not found in loud victories, but in the quiet resilience that refuses to be shaken. Continue walking forward with faith in this silent strength. It will carry you when you feel tired. It will hold you when the world is uncertain. And when the time comes for your lineage to step into its calling, this hidden power will rise like a wave, and the world will finally understand the force behind your legacy. Your legacy encompasses far more than a line of descendants. It is a profound and unbreakable connection that transcends time itself. The link between your forebears, yourself, and the generations yet to come is not solely based on shared blood. It is a sacred thread of destiny, strength, and purpose that binds each of you together. This eternal bond forms the very foundation of your family's legacy, merging past, present, and future into a single, unstoppable force. Your ancestors have entrusted you with their courage, their resilience, and their wisdom, and you will one day pass those same gifts to your children, preserving this sacred bond through time. It is the enduring strength of this connection that guarantees the permanence of your family's influence. With each generation, the bond is fortified, made more unbreakable and enduring, until it becomes an everlasting force capable of carrying your lineage forward through the ages. This is not merely about familial relationships. It is about shared calling and collective destiny. It is the awareness that you are never alone on your path. Your family, past and future, walks with you always, directing you toward the fulfillment of what was set in motion long before you were born. And when your children rise to embrace their calling, they will do so with this unshakable bond etched within them, ensuring the continuation of your family's impact on the world. This unyielding bond is what makes your family's legacy so extraordinary. It ensures that regardless of the trials you may encounter, and no matter the barriers that stand before you, the enduring strength of your lineage will continue to carry you forward. The past, the present, and the future are united through this one sacred force, a connection that time cannot diminish and that no obstacle can sever. Within your bloodline lies a power so profound that once fully understood and consciously embraced, can launch you toward heights you once thought unreachable. This is not merely a physical energy. It is spiritual, emotional, and intellectual. It is the culmination of all the lessons, battles, and victories of your ancestors, flowing steadily through your being, awaiting your willingness to harness it. Tapping into this power does not require force. It requires alignment. It is about recognizing your unique place within your family's grand narrative and allowing that insight to become the fuel for your greater purpose. When you become one with the energy of your lineage, you unlock within yourself an untapped well of potential. This force empowers you to surpass challenges, rise above limitations, and step with boldness toward the destiny that has long awaited you. This is the sacred inheritance from your ancestors, their wisdom, their strength, and their vision for what lies ahead. When you attune yourself to it, clarity emerges, obstacles diminish, and you begin to understand that your power is truly limitless. Embracing the energy of your ancestry is among the greatest gifts you can offer, not only to yourself, but also to those who will follow in your footsteps. By doing so, you awaken the greatness that has always resided within you. You become a beacon for future generations, a source of light and momentum that will help guide and shape the world. There will come a defining moment in your journey when everything aligns with perfect clarity. This moment, your awakening, will mark the realization of the immense power that has always been housed within you. Prior to this moment, you may have walked your path unsure of your capabilities, uncertain of your direction. But once you awaken to the reality of your legacy and your purpose, everything will begin to fall into place. You will come to see yourself as you truly are, the bearer of a sacred lineage powerful enough to alter the course of history. This awakening may not come as a loud or dramatic occurrence. It will be a quiet certainty, a subtle shift, where you no longer question your value or your place in the world. It is the moment you stop second-guessing and begin embracing your destiny with full conviction. You will look back and realize that every moment of your life has been building to this point. And now, every step you take will serve your greater calling. When this awakening takes root within you, you will feel the full weight of your heritage, but also the extraordinary strength that comes with it. The responsibility will no longer feel heavy. Instead, it will become your